Hi there, I'm Jay Walker. I'm here to talk about the climate crisis that's in front of us. The Munich Reinsurance Company says that we've got a baseline of 3 to 4 times higher extreme weather events than we did in the mid-1980s. That's 30 years. If we carry that trend out another 60 years, we're going to have 30 to 60 times the number of extreme weather events we had in the 1980s. We all know that's not sustainable. We look around, we see the weather, we read the news, we go on the internet, we see what's happening. Forest fires, floods, droughts, extreme storms, all manner of things that are happening to us now. Imagine that multiplied. It can't happen. It cannot happen and have a reasonable, sustainable ecosystem where we're all, living in good economic circumstances. We're going to simply lurch from crisis to crisis. Now, my concern is with the leadership we have today. We have scant recognition of this problem that we've entered a crisis phase and we're lurching from crisis to crisis, fighting droughts, fighting forest fires, fighting storms and trying to repair the damage afterwards. We can't do that. But we have faced up as humanity to some serious challenges before. One was the hole in the ozone layer. We saw that we were blowing a hole in the ozone layer, was going to be nothing left, perhaps, of the entire food chain. That was going to wipe out the food chain. That's why that got acted on, because we could see it was going to be immediate. 1987 Montreal Protocol cleaned it up. Chemicals are gone. The ozone layer is getting repaired. It's going to take a while, but it's happening. Thank goodness our leaders acted and didn't ignore the crisis in front of them. How about the Nazis? What do you think the world would have been like if the Nazis would have taken over? Exterminated all the Jews and, a whole bunch of other folks they didn't like Christians, like gypsies, and so on. They killed 6 million Jews and 5 million of those other folks, in addition to all the people killed in the war having to fight them. So, the leadership of the day, especially in the United States, there wasn't a lot of popular support for going to fight a war on a foreign continent. But they kept talking about it, the leaders did, and they kept acting. Ultimately, they declared war, they went and fought them, they defeated them. Thank goodness, who knows where we'd be all living today or what kind of society we'd be living in today. They faced up to the challenge of the day, they faced up to the leadership issue of the day. We have the most significant leadership issue ever facing humanity in its entirety, ever, by far. And we do not have time to dawdle on this issue anymore. Mr. Harper, it's time to start pulling those federal levers that you've got at your disposal and act on it. It's time to stop teasing Justin Trudeau about his hair or his age. Oh, an age at which, I might point out, you were only 3 years older when you became Prime Minister. I don't care if he doesn't have experience. If he's got the desire, that's worth a lot more than your experience to me, because you've got experience with no desire to do anything. That's the worst combination. If you want to do something about it, go do something about it. Talk it up in the last ditches of the campaign and then start acting. You've got 2 kids. You can figure out what kind of world they're going to live in. And if you don't, go read. Go cloister yourself for a month and read up on it. I guarantee you, if you haven't come out with a different perspective by then you are not very intelligent, or you really don't care about people, or you really don't care about leadership other than patting your own pockets for the next 4 years, or your party's pockets, or something. I don't know what. There's no way you can come out of that without realizing this is a crisis phase we've entered now. We're lurching from crisis to crisis, figuring out how to deal with it. That can't go on. That can't be sustainable over the long term. Eventually, one of those crises swamps you. Now, pick up your leadership hat and your leadership short pants, Mr. Harper, put them on, and get down to business. Thank you.